recording. Okay, so there we go. So I've been working on the SIG screenshot project, and the general structure that I have now is the project with its DDEF configuration and everything that has to do with Puppeteer is in our Git project. And there's also a composite JSON, which helps us to build the same project via Composer on any machine, so that we always have the same setup from which we can take the screenshots. And then we had the idea to um, keep a dump of the SQL so that we also have the same data that we can take screenshots from, because much of our screenshots depends on UIDs and the such, so we want the UIDs to be always exactly the same. And you can get the project via Git and just run it in DDEV and install it via Composer. And then in the folder public, which can be reached by the internet, not the internet, but the net on your computer, there is this folder original manual. And in this one, you can load the Git project of the manual that you want to be working on. And right now it is the TCA reference I'm working on here. And each manual that has automatic screenshots, I gave them an additional folder called scripts. And in this folder, I have a folder called generate screenshots, and there is a config JSON in there. And this config JSON configures which kind of screenshots should be taken. So usually when I want to change something about a screenshot, I will just change it here, unless it's not implemented yet or something like that, so that we can take the information about which kind of screenshots to take in the manual where it belongs. And also because this isn't finished yet, it's just more or less kind of proof of concept. I have some special programmation in here in this JavaScript file. It's really horrible. So we want to do a coding weekend, Thomas and me on the weekend, and we want to improve that. I'm not really experienced with JavaScript and Node.js programming, so yeah, learning by doing it is all. Now, when I want to change something about a screenshot, I can go in this config JSON, and the general structure is like this. We have some comments here. They are put in the top of every file that is a textual file, like PHP or REST. And this is kind of protecting files from being overwritten automatically. And then I have the array of extensions. All of this is JSON. Not sure yet if JSON is the best choice, but we do need a format which can be loaded easily into JavaScript and PHP. So I just thought to use JSON. And we have an array of extensions. And for example, this is the core extension front end. Then we configure some paths where we want to save the output and so on. And then we configure which tables to take screenshots of. For example, TT content here. And then I can take different kind of screenshots. One kind is the screenshot of the table overview that I have already implemented. So this would be the same like when you go in the list view on the page. and you want to take pictures of TT content, so you open this. This is more or less the kind of screenshot that is taken. And then I can choose a selector. This is the kind of Puppeteer selectors that are similar to JavaScript selectors. So this would be the class record list. And this configures that we are only taking screenshots of this part, which has the class name. I think it's somewhere. This, I don't find it right now. Here it is. Here it is. Then I have the kind of screenshot that is a screenshot of the single record, and it always takes the record of the UID. And so this would be like going in here and taking a general screenshot of the whole record, as it can be viewed as once. So then I can do actions like click something, wait for something, open a tab. I have defined different kinds of actions. For example, I can click on the C type here to show this kind of image for choosing C types. Or I can also click a tab and take a screenshot of another tab. And so here we are. Now I can define several screens. So one is of UID 1, one is of UID 3, and maybe I have a different kind of action that I'm doing here. So I can do different kinds. And then I can also take screenshots of fields. This is the kind of screenshot that you would take of only one field. And in this one field, I can once more do different kinds of actions. I can, for example, this is an action which opens an error header. When we are here in the images, it would open this one image and take a screenshot when this one is opened. In the beginning, I had the problem that it was always taking one screenshot opened, one closed, and this was always changing and always toggling forward and backward. And to prevent this, I also made this kind of if, which checks whether the error is already open or not. And then I have to wait for a while, and I have to find out how long to wait, or I will also get some toggling effects. And so I can, down here, I'm defining what fields to take pictures of. In this case, it's only images. And additionally, I'm also making automatic code snippets from all fields for the TCA reference. I think that's only of interest for the TCA reference, not so much for other manuals, but it was what I was needing in this moment. So I just, I was there and I had all the information, so I also output this kind of files. And this is a table which has many fields. No, not this one, but this one. And we are taking only screenshots of the single fields, and we're not doing anything to the fields. But we have a very long list of fields here. And the fields can be listed either by their name or by this object, which is also putting the field name, and can then put additional information like a caption to be shown below the image, or there can be done some kind of action like waiting for the field to properly load. Here, where I'm testing error fields, I'm also opening the error headers. and then wait. And this is a special example. I think it is 1N1N. So it has a double error. So I'm clicking the first error, I'm opening it, I'm waiting, and then I'm clicking the second error header, and I'm opening it once more and waiting for it once more, and then the screenshot is taken. And when I'm doing a change now, let's say here I'm deciding to maybe not wait. I'm just taking out the waiting. And then by now I have so many screenshots configured that it can take quite a while. So for demonstration purposes, I'm just taking screenshots of this one table now. And this is just a quick and dirty hack here. So I'm putting in the table name here so I can only take screenshots of this one table. And then I'm running it with the Puppeteer comment, which was also written by Thomas. And here I output the actions that are taken just so I can debug them. And now the screenshot was taken and saved, as you can read here. And now comes the second step. So I have this in the public folder, I have the folder scripts, in which I have different PHP scripts, which I'm using for copying files and for comparing files and so on. And I can go on comparing move images here. And now I can see the file that was changed. It is this one. So there is a number which tells me how big the difference is. And then this first image is giving a quick overview of where I have to expect changes. And then I can see the original image and I can see the new image. And the change is not so big, but due to the fact that I wasn't waiting, now this part is darker or lighter. This kind of changes often happen when you're not inserting a weight. Then the picture is kind of not determined because some optic effects are not finished yet. And this happened because I was taking out the weight here. So I put the weight back in and can make it run once more. And then have a look what changed with my image. And the image is still changed, so we often have some kind of problem with toggling in images. So I think this was still in the process of opening. I probably didn't wait long enough. So I can copy the new file once more. Now there are, of course, no changes because I didn't build it in between. And when I build it now once more, I think it shouldn't be toggling anymore. But in some pictures, I didn't get out the toggling yet. So we always have changes when we run them. But this is slowly getting better. So let's see. And now there was no change in the file, so it doesn't appear here as changed file again. Now, if you want to take, let's say, a screenshot of a new file, for example, we are taking here pictures of input 1 and then input 30, and this is the style guide extension. I'm usually taking pictures of the style guide extension. And so here is, for example, input 16, the password field. I didn't take any picture of it yet, as far as I remember. So if we want to take a picture of input 16 and the style guide extension, I search. No, I didn't take a picture yet. And then I can just insert it here. And run it with the correct table. Are you guys still there?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's really amazing.
Wonderful. Just when I don't hear you, I feel
Yeah, it's
that
great.
maybe
Oh,
I'm talking to no one.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I had that today.
I'm saving all my questions for the end.
Okay, that's wonderful. I just wanted to be sure that anyone is still listening.
Yeah, and didn't want to disturb your video capture.
Okay, thank you. I'm not even sure it's recording your voices. But anyway, this building of a lot of fields is taking longer than the building of just a few fields. So we do have time. You can see all the screenshots being taken live here now. We always have to open a page and wait for the page to load, and then we can take the screenshot, and then we're opening the next page. And in between, we are also doing some. Okay. Now there's an error. I hope that it still worked to take my screenshot that I wanted to take. If not, I mean, this is all just proof of concept, you know. So anyway, here is my edit field. You can see I took a picture of the password field. And if I want to have the field in the manual now, I can copy the image here. And then I can go to compare and move other files. And whenever I'm taking a picture, I'm also automatically creating an include for the picture so that we can include it in the manual with just one line. And that is the input 16 here. And then within the TCA manual, whenever I'm taking a screenshot of a field, I'm also automatically creating a code include with which I can include the code of just this one field automatically into my manual. So I'm also copying these files, and now when I go to the manual, I can commit them into Git or compare in Git and can see the kind of changes that I made. So it seems like there were some files where just one line was added. I'm not sure why. Right, the new fields didn't get added yet. But anyway, they are lying here in includes, images, and this was an image from the extension style guide, so it would be here in style guides, automatic screenshots, and there is the input 16, and then it automatically created the rest for to include the screenshot. If I would decide now to make that that the automatic screenshot is not good enough, or that I want to add an error or something, so I want to manually change it, I could copy the PNG to manual screenshots here, and then I would delete this line or change it into something else. Then this file would be write protected and not be overwritten next time. And then I could just do my manual changes in this file and say, okay, I don't want to take the automatic screenshot here. I want to take a manual screenshot, and maybe I want to change the kind of caption that we have here, and so on. But if I just want to have a better caption in the automatic screenshot, I could go back in this file and not just use the string, but but change it into an object, and then this is the name of the field. And then I can also give a caption. No, I can't type on this laptop.
Mhm.
Some cool password field. And I could also give it a file name if I choose this. No. I think this was file name. So. And then I can let the whole choose run again, I hope. Not sure where this kind of text 20, maybe text 20 doesn't exist really. Yeah, have a look. Text 20 is still there. Text 9, 11, 12, 18, 15, 17, 19. It seems like there is no text 20. Okay, so that is why the Puppeteer fails here. This is probably due to the fact I forked the style guide extension because it's very important for taking screenshots for the TCA reference. And I didn't get much reaction on trying to do pull requests. So I figured I would just fork the style guide extension for now. And I think maybe it didn't load my fork, but it should load my fork. So, well, I don't know what's wrong here, but we will find out. At least it's cutting my example short. So let's see once more. Did we have a change here now? No. So it seems like the file name didn't work yet for the field. But so this file got changed at least. And have a look. And you can see that the new caption was put into here, even though the new file name didn't work yet. Okay, so I think this is so far what I've been doing. I think I will stop the record now, and then we can still do some questions.